Okay, I have an interesting story about when somebody got really mad at me. I won't name this person's name, but okay, so the girl that played Lindsay. So in episode 7, it was revealed that Lindsay gets kidnapped. She was totally okay with this. She actually helped us record episode 8, so that was after episode 7. So, you know, like, she was cool with, like, the plot and stuff. Also, I am stuck. Ah! No longer stuck. This is also one of those cases where it's like everything was fine and then all of a sudden out of the blue just everything became like a problem. In between episode 8 and 9, me and her had an argument about this. She got really mad at the fact that Lindsay quote unquote just got easily kidnapped.
You tell me about this? I don't think
No, I actually don't think I did. But yeah, she was calling me misogynistic, saying that like I shouldn't be portraying women as weak. It is not about gender at all. Because also Vanessa, another character, yes, she did die, but she was pretty tough. You know, she had a katana. And I mean, if you want to talk about weak, Tomo died from hitting his head on a rock. So, like, I just don't understand her. Oh, yeah, I mean, rest in peace. Actually, okay, so, on the Nomad in the future, this will probably be, like, a long time from now. I do plan on making an exact replica of Tomo Sushi from Shadow Creek in town.
Really?
Yeah. Let's talk about the Angelo playing Hypixel video. We were trying to escape that prison for almost an hour and a half. I cut out 90% of it. I think I put in, like, us going in and then us just escaping. Because all of the in-between is us just dying and not knowing how to escape. Also, when I find David behind that rock after Bed Wars, I was looking for him for like 10 minutes. I have some interesting conversations with my mom sometimes. So basically, we were talking about gangs and stuff, and then she asked if I know what a teardrop tattoo means. And I'm like, yeah, it means that you killed somebody.
What are you learning?
And then she asked if I knew what it meant if it wasn't filled in. So I said, I don't know, try again. Because basically it means that like you shot at somebody but like it didn't actually kill them. And then another time she just really said, you know, you're right about the guy upstairs. I think he does work at an airport. I'm just there on my phone like, I never said anything about the guy upstairs. You thought he worked at the airport, not me. And keep in mind, this was like 5 minutes after the gang stuff, so I was writing these video notes as she just started randomly talking about that guy. I'm like, I don't know what you're on.
Or do you actually believe you're dying?
So I say, I'm gonna take the frying pan, and then I'm gonna hit myself in the head, and then I'll be asleep. That was much funnier in person.
Yeah, like you're gonna knock yourself out. So funny.
Actually, there was one night... Okay, I promise those two are not correlated. But there was one night, like a few weeks ago, where I got 2 hours of sleep. And dude, I was living. Like, I actually didn't feel tired at all. I don't know. The lady just said, hey, don't tell anybody, but my husband's are part of the Secret Service. It's like, yeah, it's called the Secret Service. Like, for good reason. So basically, I'm probably on a list. I realized I have place attachment. I actually really like the town that you and me live in. And especially my subdivision. I like my area. I mean, like, it's not that I don't like new things, but I just really like my town. Our town, I mean. Anyway, so you know how it's like an ongoing joke that like Planky just randomly disappears for like months at a time? That is probably one of my favorite ongoing jokes because, dude, doing Planky's voice hurts. Like, after a while, it starts to hurt. Like, I can only record doing his voice for like an hour. Die! 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 The power of Christ compels you! The power... So, where is this low sussy baka game? Ah! I found him! I found him! I'm doing it! I'm doing it! I'm risking it! Yeah! I did something! Woo!
Yeah, let's go!
As recording this episode, oh shoot, I think it's 77. Yeah, that hasn't come out yet, but we did record it. There's this whole part where I read a quote-unquote letter from Average that he wrote before he died. So obviously I wrote that book and quill, you know, and then I sent it to Average and I'm like, hey, send me a voice of you doing this. And actually, I'm so glad that like he was down to do it. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. When I was writing it, honestly, I was kind of thinking on what I would want to say to Average. Real life Average. Because, okay, yes, we did have our differences, so I kind of kicked him out the Nomad. I wouldn't mind having Average back on the Nomad one day. Like, obviously, everybody would need to be okay with it, and like he would actually want to be on the Nomad. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be a pretty cool idea. And I mean, like, from what I've seen, like, okay, I'm not gonna go into detail, obviously, about, like, what happened or, like, why I kicked him out. But, like, he's definitely become better, you know, as Sensei Jesus once said. Amen. I have a story. Okay, so when I was about, like, maybe 10-ish, I was in the city where we live. I will never forget this. I look out the car window, and I just see this guy in a hood beating up this other guy, like multiple punches to the stomach. And like obviously I can't do anything, but I don't know, it was just sad. In the Easter video, your hints really threw me off. For one of them, I was confused because it said like where dead souls go. I had the right place, but I didn't go to the soul sand level. And then the final egg, I was just so thrown off by the immortal being part because I totally forgot that Rocky is literally immortal. Okay, so basically we did this Ruby Creeper trivia. It was a good idea, but like it was my first time ever doing a video like that before, so I didn't really know how to like plan it right. But yeah, so sadly that video will not be coming out. It'll come out on the second channel one day. Oh wait, this is creepy. Wait, the eyes follow you? Okay, I'm sorry, what?
What?
Nothing. Hey look, new map again. Yo, that's so cool. Hey look, it's like a mansion. Hey, so let's talk about Joe Biden.
Gigachad.
Oh, it's Gigachad. He gave a speech and then he turned to his right and stuck out his hand for a handshake. Dude, nobody was there. Actually, there was this really funny meme that I saw. It was like somebody edited in like the Grim Reaper, and then it was like him being like, "Do it, Joe. Shake my hand." Oh, and then he just randomly said rapist Mexicans. What did we do? Oh, actually, there was this one video I saw recently, but I think it was from like a while ago where he met the Pope, and then he called the Pope like the most famous African American baseball player in the US. I mean, I love the Ukraine president. He's pretty cool. Can we like borrow him for 4 years and then send him back?
Wait, send him back. Wait a second.
Well, I mean, well, we can't keep him. There was this one time in, I think it was like 3rd grade. No, it was like 5th grade. Okay, so we had like these desks, you know, and they were pretty sturdy. But anyways, I remember, okay, so you know how pencils are covered in like yellow paint, like a thin layer of yellow paint. I used the edge of the desk to scrape away the paint and I did this for weeks until eventually there was no more paint. I skinned a pencil. Anyways, want to talk about PSAT? Obviously not like the actual test. There was this drawing like of like a stick figure cat and an arrow pointing to it saying Doja Cat. So I'm testing it. I just keep on looking at it. And I'm like, dude, this is gonna mess me up. Okay, also, my old English teacher from last semester was like the host or whatever, along with my Spanish teacher actually. But anyways, I walk in and like she's like, "Oh, I recognize you. Did I teach you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you had me last semester." Now keep in mind, this is the teacher that I made the Macbeth skit for. So like, how do you forget that? But yeah, and then eventually she remembered me. She's like, "Wait, you're the movie maker, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yup, that's me." And then I have no idea why, but then like after the testing, when we were waiting to like leave, like for the announcement that like we could all like go home and stuff and cry, she was talking with like a group of students. It just randomly, I just hear my name and talk about how I didn't talk for like 2/3 of the semester, and then just randomly she found out I am a quote unquote filmmaking genius. I like to think of these videos as like an edited podcast. Okay, so one day I was just chilling in 8th period, and then I get a pass to go to the dean's office. So obviously on the way there, I'm like, what did I do? And then when I get there, there's a line of just a bunch of Mexicans. So my first thought was, okay, are we getting deported or something? Because I'm not illegal. My real thought though was, okay, because keep in mind, this was on 420. So my real thought was though, well, like, okay, wait, are we getting drug searched? Like, that's what I actually thought. Apparently there was some Latin thing the next day. Honestly, yeah. I do not care. And then you got invited the next day. We get so many emails about like Latin X or whatever. I don't know what that is, nor do I really care. Okay, David, this is a really important question that you actually started making me think about. Are villagers Asian?
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, so the reason why we were talking about that is because we were talking about like old like parodies and like animations and stuff. So in Take Back the Night by Captain Sparkles, I think, there's like, you know, like the Master Uwe looking dude, and like he looks Asian, like he looks like the guy from Cobra Kai. I forgot his name. So then you start questioning, are villagers Asian? Are they? Like, that's a good question. Oh, also, I am inside of you. Actually, I really feel like they would get canceled if they were a specific race, because don't we, like, make them do stuff?
Inspired by Christian, so they're most like, wait, Minecraft villagers are Christian?
That's cool. They like some Jesus. Why aren't there black villagers? Why are people bringing race into I mean, like, I know that, like, we are right now, but are people actually mad that there aren't black villagers? Minecraft should support BLM. Oh my god! David, we are idiots! Okay, so basically, we have this Asian friend, and for Asian Heritage Month, we want to be, like, super nice to him and stuff. Us being nice to him went straight to his head, and he started thinking that he was a prophet who owned us. And then you got him with the D's nuts joke. You D's nuts the prophet!
Wait, no, let's talk about villagers.
No.
So basically, No. Let's talk. He's basically my new best friend.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
for
true.
people who are questioning who Philip is, Philip these nuts in your mouth. That's why
You
he's
said
my
it
best
like
friend.
so seriously too. You're like, and for those of you wondering who Philip is, Philip. Florida has lots of AIDS. Like we were looking at like an AIDS map in history, and yeah, they have lots of AIDS. So most of our state was like perfectly fine, but okay, so it was by counties. And it was like the darker the red, like the worse it was. But our county was dark red. Apparently, like different states have like different incest laws.
I don't know.
Whatever floats your boat. Anyways, let's talk about the most recent GTA
not
video.
whatever floats your boat. Wait, what do you mean whatever floats?
Guy gets eaten by a panther, and then David quietly says it, but like he says it like loud enough to where you can hear it. Just says, "I hope he respawns." And it was so funny, but then Lazo said something, so I couldn't put it in. But yeah, just
What? I don't remember that.
It was funny. We were talking about how Gen Z has sexualized like everything, whether it's animals, food, cartoons, characters, and then you told me they also sexualize.
Tables.
Yeah. So I'm like, what? They got tables too now? Honestly, you and me hate Gen Z. Like, okay, not hate, but like I don't know. See, there's like two types of Gen Z. Have you seen the ad where it's like, the media says that Gen Z is failing or something like that, and then it's like, I stopped 5 attackers. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's like a small percentage. But then there's vegan, hippie, gluten-free, zodiac sign loving Gen Z. Let's talk about Planky's jewelry. When I made Planky, I was in 7th grade and I was dating somebody. They gave me this bell. So guess what I did? I gave Planky a bell necklace. They also gave me this bracelet, which I still have. It's actually like a really cool bracelet. But anyways, so guess what? Planky now also has a bracelet. Oh yeah, every time I send you like a picture of something, sorry. But every time
What?
you like. I got flabbergasted. Jesus.
You saw a mate and you were just like,
Every time I send you like a snap, you just respond with like the monkey filter, just saying sus or good dog. David, that was 53 topics. Also, we added like 10 of our own. Hopefully I get an Italian girlfriend.
baddie.
Yep. Italians are hot.
Every gender's hot.
Every gender? You mean every culture? Making Gen Z laugh is so dumb. You could take a picture of like a pineapple, add a bunch of contrast, and then just add a bass boost to it, and then it'll be funny. So basically, in Thailand, they have what they call lady boys. It's femboys. They look like so much like girls. Like, that's why, like, when you go to Thailand, they're like, hey, watch out for, like, those lady boys, because, like, they'll get you.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Get him to 400 subscribers. When he does that, he'll show his nipples. And peace.
I won't, but if we... No, but actually, when I hit 1,000 subs, I did tweet out that I would get a buzz cut. So, smash like and hit subscribe for my nipple. Wait.